Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Danial from third year MBBS at Peshawar Medical College, and my research is maternal perception of neonatal illnesses, key indicators, enabling factors, and barriers regarding healthcare seeking behavior, a qualitative study. So, according to the latest figures of WHO, the neonatal mortality rate globally is 17.4, while in Pakistan it is 39, in Afghanistan it is 35, and in India it is 18. So, the most common neonatal illnesses are prematurity, infections, birth asphyxia, and congenital issues. And they often present with symptoms like fever, breathing difficulties, jaundice, and poor feeding. High mortality is often linked to poor maternal care practices and sociocultural beliefs, which leads to delayed hospital care, often leading to increased morbidity and mortality. So, the objective of the research was to explore the mother's perceptions and interpretations of neonatal illnesses as symptoms, to identify the most common symptoms that mothers perceive as an indicator of neonatal illnesses, and to explore the factors shaping the mother's perceptions and decisions about neonatal illnesses. So, my study was a qualitative phenomenological design done over a period of 6 months using purposive sampling on 20 participants in Peshawar in 30 healthcare hospitals, 2 private and 1 public. It was done using a semi structured interview guide, and the population included mothers of the neonates and excluded those who had congenital anomalies or communication impairments. The data analysis was done using Braun and Clark's semantic analysis, and quantitative analysis was done using SPSS. So the mean ages of the mothers was 27 years old, and of the neonates for 16 days. Most of the mothers had 2 children, and most of the neonates were male. 55% of the females were educated, and most of the females were lived in joint families. So after analysis, we got 151 themes which generated 6 scores. First theme was mother's reliance on observable physical and behavioral cues to assess neonatal health, which means that mothers mainly relied on visual cues, tactile, auditory, and behavioral cues like feeding patterns, activity levels, bowel movements to assess the illnesses in their newborn. However, sometimes these signs did not enable them to recognize the illnesses because the mothers did not have enough expertise. Second was barriers encountered in seeking neonatal health care. Mothers faced various barriers like financial hardship, transport issues, limited facilities, and low health literacy. Other than that, inadequate health communication, conflicting medical advice, and hospital stigmas further hindered the healthcare of the neonate. Healthcare advisors of the mother and her attitudes towards them. Mothers mainly relied on elders, family, peers, doctors, and community figures to guide healthcare decisions. Sometimes she trusted the advice, and sometimes she did not. The reason she trusted the advice most of the time was because of the relationship with the advisor. If it was family, she trusted it because like a doctor or somebody, a stranger, so she did not. For those experienced with child influencing quality of neonatal care, most mothers thought that subsequent children were easier to take care of and the first child was harder. But however, some mothers also said that first child gets more attention, so it's easier to take care of. And she also thought that the experience helped her to recognize more and more illnesses. If there was near death or death of the child, so it also improved her perceptions. Fifth was trust in healthcare providers, which explores her relationship with the healthcare system. Most of the mothers first went to local healthcare providers like QUACs, and after that, she went for clinical care. And most of the time, her response was positive. However, some negative responses prompted her to seek alternative care. Six was role of digital media. Most of the mothers use digital media for her healthcare information and for general awareness. However, sometimes it happened that most of the mothers preferred on-ground health education instead. So, studies from Zambia, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Ethiopia also highlight our results and are in conformity with them because they also said the same things, the same barriers, the same advisors, and the same cues. So way forward, the limitations are that the family members, other than the mother, should also be investigated or explored. And other than that, it has to be done over a longer period of time, like a cohort study, look at their perspectives, how they change over time. Suggestions are that mothers should be educated about common neonatal illnesses and the importance of early hospital care. So, in conclusion, mothers are the key decision makers in neonatal health. with their choices influenced by trust in healthcare workers, family, past experiences, and healthcare access. Recognizing clear illness signs is vital for timely care, and educating mothers can help reduce neonatal morbidity and mortality. In the end, I would like to thank my supervisors, Dr. Aisha Abdullah and Dr. Shazia Aurangzeb, and also to thank the generosity of the mothers who gave me the interviews. Thank you.